You walk away, you don't hear me say, please, oh baby, don't go. Simple and clean is the way that you make it. Please, got it tonight. It's hard to let it go.
Hey guys, today we have a brand new toy review. Today we have the Bandai Tamashii Nations SH Figuarts Kingdom Hearts Sora Final Form figure. That is a mouthful. This comes to us from Japan. Bandai of Japan, actually. So, Kingdom Hearts. If you guys know me, if you watch this channel, you know I love Kingdom Hearts. I don't have to say that. And I also love import figures. I typically prefer Figma and Nindoroid, but SH Figuarts is another popular line of collectors action figures from Japan. They do a lot of anime licenses, they do Dragon Ball, a lot of Sentai, Kamen Rider, Mario, and the WWE for some reason. But they announced last year, I think it was, they were doing Kingdom Hearts figures, and they released a Sora, a Donald, a Goofy, and a Mickey variant. And they just came out with a Sora variant of him in his final form. And I found it at a Barnes & Noble, and I was like, alright, packaging-wise, it's like the size of a VHS, but it's very nice white-gray Sora final form. You've got the Kingdom Hearts logo in the back. You've got Sora doing the sort of stance he makes whenever he's in his final form. There's a Tamashii Nations seal of quality. On the side, you've got Sora final form. Sora final form. And on the back, you've got some action shots. He can hold his Keyblades, he can throw his Keyblades, and he has an angry face. Sora final form. Simple style and heroic action. I think that's actually all it says. I think it's interesting how you can't even see the figure. So let's get him open and take a quick look. And there is Sora. Alright, and straight out of the box, here is Final Form Sora. According to the Big Bad Toy Store listing, he is 5.1 inches, which puts him at quite a bit smaller than the Diamond Select Toy Sora. Quite a bit more smaller than the Bring Arts Sora. And, I mean, he's taller than the Minimate. Yeah, perfect size comparison. Detail-wise, though, this guy is awesome. I was actually not expecting a pearlescent white paint on him. I was just expecting maybe matte or even just a glossy paint, but they went with like a pearlescent black, white, which I'm a bit worried it's going to yellow over time. But extremely nice detailing overall. He's got his big shoes, big clown shoes. The Kingdom Hearts series is always known for characters having extremely weird designs. And by weird, I mean a lot of buckles and a lot of zippers. He's got his legs go up into his pants, which I really appreciate that his pocket pouches are separate pieces. Means that they don't really get in the way when he's moving around. See the strap. On each of Sora's drive forms, he has markings throughout his outfit, and they always change. I'm sure they represent something, but the final form one looks sort of like this. Here's his belt. Then he has a modified form. He has a modified version of his regular hoodie. You can see the pocket. Really nice detailing on the individual marks for the zipper. You can see his necklace. It's more of that pearlescent white. Nice contrast with gray and then white for the hoodie. He's got similar markings from his pants, but they're on his shoulders now. The same on each one. Then his hands, by default, he has a set of fists on. And then the face is, I would probably say it might be the best Sora figure we've gotten. I think it just has the best mix of the in-game art style and the hair is just on point. I can't really compare it to the Figuarts Sora since it's technically older, or he's technically older, but the 1 for 2, this is very good. He's just got a slight smile, default expression. Now for articulation, the SH Figuarts Sora can do quite a bit. First, First, his feet are on a ball joint, actually, from the rest of his leg. There's a hinge at the toes. It's a little rough. It's just kind of stiff. Almost pops into place. Going up, he has a single hinge at the leg. And I really appreciate what they did here. The leg, from some Soras, the original Play Art Sora, the Diamond Select Toys one, they just make the joint inside the pants, but they've sort of combined the joint with the pants here. Then his thighs on a ball joint. Then, like I said, the pocket being swivelable, I guess you would say, is nice because then I can actually move him like this. And this won't get in the way. He does have a slight ab crunch. It just looks like a swivel at his torso, and then another ball joint above his pockets. Looks like a double hinge at his shoulders. So you can do this, and then out. There's a ball joint. I love ball joints. There's a ball joint at the inside of his shoulders. Then swivel for his hands. And then at the wrist, he can flick. Perfect. And then SH Figuarts use a weird sort of design for head articulation. It's not a traditional ball joint. There's like a swivel inside the neck. So he can kind of look around, but it always feels like I'm about to break something. And then he can look up and down. So I guess that's nice. I just would have preferred a traditional ball joint because I'll show you in a minute. And accessory-wise, he comes with quite a bit, I guess I could say. He comes with 2 Keyblades. He comes with the Oblivion Keyblade and the Oathkeeper Keyblade. Both Keyblades are very, very well done. Extremely clean painting. Again, this is pearlescent like before, so there's just a nice metallic finish. I like the gradient right here. The chain is actually metal, which I just love because then I can do flip it over, it's the exact same. Oblivion is kind of the opposite, like in terms of design. Also nice. I love the Batwing aesthetic. This is also, it's more of a semi-gloss. It's definitely not as bright as the Oathkeeper. And the chain is, of course, metallic. But how can Sora hold the Keyblades? He comes with a bunch of hands. So Sora comes with a set of open hands, a set of grippy hands that can be used to hold the Keyblades. He also comes with a strange opened set of hands that have a peg and a hole inside them. I didn't actually know what it was, but I figured you could either pose Sora doing the "you know I had to do it to them" pose, or you could do what it's actually meant for, and he can hold one of the Keyblades with both hands. So you can get some fairly dynamic poses out of holding both Keyblades, whether it be just about to point, or you could have him chuck it. Ideally, probably the best way to pose him for me is with both Keyblades. I feel like this is probably a leftover from the original Sora release because there was only 1 Keyblade, but since now you have 2, you really need to hold them. I think my biggest complaint, though, is that there's no, like, peg or anything to have both Keyblades affixed to Sora's back, because in Kingdom Hearts 2, when he uses Final Form, the Keyblades just sort of levitate. He can, like, throw the Keyblades telepathically, and so that's represented by both Keyblades floating behind him. So I think maybe like a peg or like just some sort of grip that you could put both Keyblades in would probably really help. Now, Sora does come with 2 other accessories. He comes with an extra smiling face as well as a very angry face. This is a yelling action face. And to remove the face, as you can see, there's a little hole here. You have to remove his hair. So do be careful, it is sharp. And then just carefully try to feed Sora's hair out. Kind of grip it by the ears, and then whew. And yes, this is confirmed to be the 13th Seeker of Darkness. All you have to do is just put it, and then return his hair to him. So ideally, I feel like the angry face is the best for final form, because he's just fighting with the Keyblades. So overall, that was the Bandai Tamashii Nations SH Figuarts Final Form Sora. This is an amazing, amazing little figure. Pretty expensive for the scale. I'm kind of used to this because Japanese import figures are typically a little pricier, and you are also paying the Disney tax. But for what you get, this is definitely huge. This is huge. I'm sure most people will probably just want regular Sora, but if you are a diehard Kingdom Hearts fan, this is the way to go. He's got great articulation. He's got great detailing. The accessories are good. He's got the 2 Keyblades, obviously. The extra hands are nice. All you really need, though, are the grippy hands. The additional faces are a nice touch. I don't really have that many SH Figuarts figures, so this is good. Only real complaint, though, is he can't really peg the Keyblades into his back. But if you had to get a Sora figure for the holidays, if this video goes up before the holidays are over, this would be the Sora to get. So anyway, I will put a link to the Big Bad Toy Store listing if it's still on Big Bad Toy Store. If not, I will put a listing to somewhere. Anyway, that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think. Check me out on social media, and did you like the video? Well then rate, comment, subscribe, and like, and I'll see you later.